Henry the Green Engine had a busy timetable, but he didn't mind. It was Christmas time, and his fireman was singing carols in his cab. Each day, his fireman practiced a new carol, and Henry enjoyed listening to them. "Why are you always singing?" Henry asked. "I'm in the church choir. We had to learn 6 carols in time for the carol service on Christmas Eve." That night, Henry told the other engines about Christmas carols. They were all interested. "Can you teach us to sing, Henry?" peeped Percy excitedly. "Don't be silly," huffed Gordon. "Engines can't sing." "But we can whistle," said Oliver. This gave Henry an idea. The next morning, Henry's fireman came to light Henry's fire. Henry choked and spluttered on his coal, and he didn't know why. "You all right, Henry?" "What's the matter?" Nothing. I'm just trying to sing," said Henry. "Don't be silly. Engines can't sing." Henry thought for a moment. "But we can whistle." When they reached the harbor, Henry whistled extra loud. "Hello, Duck." Duck whistled back. Then he whistled to Oliver, and Oliver whistled back to him. Henry whistled to everyone whenever he went. There was so much whistling in the yard that the Fat Controller came out of his office to see what was going on. "There's so much noise I can hardly hear myself think," he said. "You all know only to whistle when it's appropriate." "Sorry, sir," said Henry meekly, and puffed away, feeling rather disappointed. He worked quietly for the rest of the day, but still wished he could whistle carols. Henry's fireman felt sorry for him, and later that night he came to the shed with a songbook. "You can help me learn my Christmas carols," he told the engines. "Can I hear your whistles?" The engines each took in turns to whistle for the fireman. Gordon's whistle was low and loud. Percy's whistle was shrill and high. Toby's bell added a nice crisply touch. "Right, I'll tell you when to whistle. This is what we'll do." Each engine took in turns to blow their whistles, and soon they sounded like an engine orchestra. The next day was Christmas Eve, and it was time for the carol service. As Henry waited for his train to be ready, he saw his driver and fireman talking to the vicar. "The old organ has broke," the vicar told him sadly. Trevor was on his way to get the new parts to mend it, but unfortunately he got stuck in the snow, and he can't make it in time. "We will have to cancel the carol service." "Oh dear," said Henry to himself, but Henry's fireman had other ideas. "Don't worry, Vicar, I know what to do." That night, the carol congregated at the church, and the engines were gathered nearby. They were given the signal and began to whistle as they had been practicing the night before.
The congregation were delighted with the harmony of whistles that surrounded the church. Everyone finished with, "We wish you a Merry Christmas," and the vicar was delighted.
"What really useful engines," he gutted. "I don't think we have a better carol service." The Fat Controller smiled and looked at Henry. "It may not have been the most conventional way," he said. "Well, I think we can class this as an appropriate use of your whistles." "Well done,"